Greetings. Welcome to my review of the Asus ROG Gladius 3, a fairly unique mouse that would have done well if not for its poor marketing. A chunky mouse with a few tricks up its sleeve that make it a bit different than the rest. However, can it be crowned as a viable budget option in 2025? Let's find out. We'll start off with comfort, what many today believe to be the most important factor in gaming mice, and for good reason. The mouse measures 12.3 centimeters by 6.8 centimeters by 4.4 centimeters, which definitely puts it in the death adder category. My hands are 19 cm by 10, and I can comfortably fingertip and claw the mouse. Palm grip is possible, but I never use it. I cannot emphasize this enough. The mouse has a fat bunda. It pushes into my palm well, and I get a nice stable fit, staying comfy for hours. The coating is smooth and glossy, something that not many other brands opt for. There are engravings on the sides which scream ROG phrases, through whose left side you can see the pretty RGB. The rubberized scroll wheel feels nice and tactile as well. Build quality is fairly satisfying. I experienced no rattling and flexing. However, on applying extreme pressure, there is creaking on the sides. I highly doubt you play with that hard a grip while gaming. If you do, lay off the roids. I'm happy to say that the wire is long, light, and doesn't kink up. No shine on the coating after 8 months. The feet are nice and smooth. The 89-gram weight does seem questionable in 2025. Won't really be a problem for casual gaming, especially if you're one of them people who prefer heavier mice. Switches feel nice, light, and spammable. For comparison, they're lighter than my Omron 20Ms. Little bit of pre-travel, no post. Unfortunately, my right clicker got a little loose after a few months, but I do enjoy fiddling around with it while in clue. Can't really notice it in game. I have no complaints with the scroll wheel. Side buttons are a bit above the ground for my taste, but I got used to it. The TPI button is ass. No sugarcoating. If anything, I won't be surprised if I opened up the mouse to see it coated in literal shit. Not even the hard crusty kind. The Taco Bell induced feces. More on that later. Here's a quick sound test. Here comes Cannonball. The thing has hot swappable switches. Insane for the time period it was released in. While I'll admit it's not as unique anymore, I still feel like Asus's implementation is the best compared to all others. Here's a tutorial. I really wish more companies would try to refine this technology. If only the people at Asus actually did something with the patent they possessed. I feel frustration. Besides this, the mouse has RGB on the scroll wheel, the logo, and the sides. No complaints. The switches used stock are the ROG micro switches, but it also comes with the Omron opticals. No, not the ones that everyone loves. I believe these are their predecessor. Both switch sets feel great, but the Omron sound hollow. The sensor is the 3370 and gets the job done. Please don't think having the 3395 or the 3950 is going to get you out of bronze. Nothing will. While I have no complaints with it, Artings did report minor inaccuracies with their copy, but let's be honest, if you're looking for esports grade hardware, this ain't it. Unlike many others, my experience with the software has been decent. It does take a while to download, but once you do, it's quite nice. Usually it takes me an hour or so to download it. There's firmware updates, button remapping, DPI, RGB, calibration, etc. And Aura Creator. Yeah, no sane human beings using that. One bug I often find is that when I open the software just to change one bind, it resets the entire mouse. My experience, pretty good. There's very few mice with features and a shape like this one. For me, she's extremely comfortable. I did have an issue when every time I used the DPI button, it got stuck inside and the entire mouse went whack. Fortunately, that stopped now. The high weight doesn't really bother me, but I'm sure I'm in the minority here. The side engravings may not be for everyone, but I like it. One minor nitpick I have is that you can't delete DPI stages nor profiles. I genuinely hate that. As I said earlier, the right switch of my ROG set got loose after a while, but the Omrons have been great so far. Their hollow sound doesn't bother me that much, and you'll get used to it. So, should you press buy? I love that someone's asking for my opinion. For people getting their first gaming mouse, sure. While I admit better budget gaming mice exist and with way better spec sheets, there's many countries where they don't deliver, and Asus, being a well-known brand, has a wider reach than them. That's one audience. For the high-end folks, I'd say still go for it, because despite the risky shape, it's still very fun and unique. Of course, it's not beating your death at a V4 Pro, but I have a feeling you'll like to explore shapes. At this point in the market, that's all that's left fresh. Quite a shame that Asus didn't continue this product line. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching. I'll leave my first impressions in the description. Like, sub and comment something if you enjoyed.